NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
We know how.
At risk of tighter restrictions, some businesses in San Diego could be moving in the direction of closing up once again because of increasing COVID-19 cases. Thanks for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Mark Mullen.
Currently, San Diego County has had 1 week of Tier 1 data. If we continue to have a case rate above 7 for a second week, we risk moving to Tier 1 or the purple tier.
That's the worst one. Public Health Officer Dr. Wilma Wooten, in her own words, our case rate is 7.9. That is in the purple tier. And as you can see from this chart, indoor operations for all of those industries would have to close. To prevent that from happening, some county leaders are proposing to exempt SDSU cases from our official county data, but state officials did not respond to that request just yet. Regardless, with San Diego on the wrong track, business owners may have to modify or close operations once again. They sounded off today in the Board of Supervisors meeting.
With this new system, I fear that we will never move towards any sort of normal operations for our small businesses. I no longer see a light at the end of the tunnel.
San Diego County will stay in the red tier for at least one more week. We will find out next Tuesday if we move to the more restrictive purple tier. While the county waits to hear back from the state to see if those SDSU cases can be excluded, the university did make an announcement today. The university is now requiring all students in on-campus housing be tested. After initial testing, the school will then randomly test on-campus students. North County nurses and other healthcare workers voiced their frustrations today over a new contract deal for the CEO of Palomar Health. CEO DIANE HANSEN will apparently be paid $910,000 a year and will stay on the job through 2022. Union members who rallied today say the salary is outrageous given the fact that Palomar Health laid off workers during the pandemic.
315 nurses and caregivers were laid off. No other hospitals have done this in the San Diego County. And yet it seems that she was given a reward for doing that. And that is basically what kind of offends us greatly.
The chair of the healthcare board says the salary is similar to what other healthcare CEOs currently make. San Diego State University has announced they are moving the 2021 home football games to Carson, where the Chargers played last season. SDSU says both spring and fall seasons will be played at Dignity Healthcare Sports Park. The university says it will allow construction on the new SDCCU stadium to be fast-tracked. Aztec Athletic Director J.D. Wicker had this to say about going up to Carson instead of a local venue in town.
There really wasn't a venue in town that was going to be consistently available for us to play in. We just didn't think there were any venues in San Diego that could satisfy what we wanted to present for our student athletes and also our fans.
The news also means that SDCCU Holiday Bowl will have to find a new venue. There will be Major League Baseball playoff games in San Diego thanks to baseball's bubble plan for the postseason. PETCO Park will host the American League Division and Championship Series, while the National League Division and Championship Series will be played in Houston and Arlington, Texas. The bubble plan was created to help COVID safety measures within the playoffs. Okay, let's check in with Dagmar and find out what is hopefully going to be a cool down coming up soon.
Taking a look at our Wednesday, we're still on the warmer side when compared to your Thursday, Friday, and heading into the weekend. Skies will remain on the hazy side. Smoke will continue to move through the region, being pumped in from the north. The coast will see about that mid-80 mark today, still in the mid-90s for those inland valleys. Mountains, you're still looking at the mid to the upper 80s, and the deserts, 108, 9, and 10 still possible. But as I said, compared to the cool down, yes, there is one on the way. Not for today. Still warm, still hazy.
NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. We know how.
We need a new AC.
I don't think we can afford one.
Well, I wish we knew how.
Did someone say how?
For a quality American-made air conditioner,
you know who to call.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. We know how.
Well, it's an exciting day for the Scripps Institution of Oceanography. Today, the Birch Aquarium reopens after being closed for months due to the pandemic. Local attractions capacity will be limited to about 21%, and visitors will need to pre-purchase their tickets and reserve a time for when they plan to attend. Okay, San Diego Restaurant Week is starting today, but this year it has a new name and duration. It is called DIANE Diego, and it will actually last a whole month. Usually it's 8 days, and restaurants have to pay to participate in it. This year, all fees have been waived. Business owners who are already reeling from a whiplash of openings and closings and new regulations say they hope DIANE Diego will bring some relief.
It's a huge month for restaurants. We had all these challenges and we keep on overcoming them, and it's definitely created a sense of we got this.
Restaurants will still offer fixed price lunches and dinner menus, but this time there will be to-go options. If you do want to sit down, indoor dining is still allowed, only to operate at 25% capacity, which is why the event is being stretched out to last an entire month. We have a full list of participating restaurants on our website, NBC7.com. Just search DIANE Diego. Be sure to subscribe to our Scene in San Diego feature Eater podcast for all your local restaurant and weekend event news. That's going to do it for our nightly check-in. I'm Mark Mullen. Be safe. Have a good night.